Okay, I know it's hey, don't leave yet, don't leave yet. I know it's 12 o'clock, but and I know you probably want to leave, but I really wanted to get this tank zhuzhed up, and I know you're the guy for the job.
Well, I'm glad you've asked, because I've got some great ideas as to how we can introduce some more corals into this tank and how we can get creative with our real estate.
Perfect. So things like what?
Well, I mean, what I'd really like to do is a hammer garden.
A hammer garden?
A hammer garden.
I want one of those. Sum me up.
First of all, we need to choose some corals.
We could sneak back into Steve's and take a coral or two.
Sneak into Angry Steve's.
And treat them for pests before you put them in the tank.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down if you're down. Sneak on in.
Yeah? All right, let's get our sneak on. Okay. I've got a plan for going. There's not actually a Brady.
You know what? This is where we first met.
That's weird. Shut up. Face the front. 1, 2, 3. How about that?
What the heck?
Yeah, we're in. So, I kind of didn't plan past this point, and I'm a little bit afraid of the dark, so you're gonna go first.
All right, walk this way.
What?
Okay. Dude, we made it. We're here, and check them out. How good are the hammers? We just need something to put them in.
What about that? I'll be honest, these guys, they remind me of brains.
There we go, our hammer garden. Should we do one more? Oh, this Jadinei would be excellent in the back, and that'll open up really nicely. That poppy would be sensational. We'd put that on the top, it'd be a nice bright purple, contrast everything else.
Oh, what a haul.
We've got more space.
Yeah?
One more, all right, because this is perfect. So it's closed up a bit at the moment, but it will open up, it'll occupy some space in the back.
Yeah.
That would be excellent as the last coral in the tank.
And we're trying to not let them touch each other, yeah?
We'll try our best, yeah. Put all the hammers down here because they can touch each other, they're not going to sting. You fit another one in.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I have a special idea for this Monty. Well, we've got space here. Probably in the tank as well.
Okay.
All right, I've got a special one here too. Actually, there's two more. These are Leptocerus. They're going to be perfect in the low light areas of the tank.
Are we done?
I think that's it. Let's go put them in the tank.
All right, this is getting heavy.
Guys, I know what you did, but don't worry, I won't tell Angry Steve, but I just want this 12-week reef to look amazing. So get cracking.
It's going to look excellent.
Oh, it'll look amazing.
So I have a bit of a plan here. We'll use this to put our new hammers and our old hammers on, so we've got a really lush hammer garden. It's going to look awesome. This Monty is going to be a feature coral in the front of the tank that's going to grow big. We're going to glue it to this piece of rock, and it's going to really allow us to have more coral in the tank without shading other corals. By doing this, using the hammer garden, we're going to be able to populate the tank with lots of corals and utilize all of the locations to their best potential. The sinularia, got a special piece of rock that we're going to glue that to, and that's going to occupy height in the back of the tank. We've also got the Jadinei, which is going to open up big. We can put that down the front. A few SPS that I want to experiment a little bit with exactly where we're going to put it, but hopefully high in the tank.
Well, let's get into it then.
Sounds good. So we've got 4 corals I think we need to move. We have the Gonny up here that's looking a little bit sad, and we've got the 3 hammers down here that we're going to use for a hammer garden. And what I'm going to do is we're going to get a knife, put it under the frag plug and twist. And that will allow it just to pop off. And if you only use a small amount of glue, and if you're careful the way you glue them on, you can remove frags like this relatively easily.
No way.
There you go.
So that's how we can like rescape this whole thing. You just pop them up.
We can totally remove corals and glue new ones on. And now I'll remove this Gonny. I think this one will come off easy. There's only a small amount of glue on it.
Come on.
There we go.
That was easy.
Now I'll show you how I cut the stem off a frag plug. So I'll put the coral cutters down onto the table. I put the coral cutters hard up against the base of the plug, and then I lean into it and try and do it as controlled as possible.
What a technique.
So the stem doesn't fly off, and so that you don't damage the coral on the plug. And this one's for you.
I'll try.
Trying to minimize the contact with the coral on the
carpet.
Towel, yeah. Okay, not bad. All right, a clean cut. Just clean off that. We'll pick up the stem later, chuck her in. These are smaller than the 3 new ones, so I think we should put them up on the higher points so that when we have our hammer garden, the bigger ones will be down low and we'll have a bit more of an even height with the hammers.
Yeah.
It'll look really, really good.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Keep going. That'll be enough.
Damn. You like it thick.
I'm famous for my thick gluing.
These guys have gone way back into their shells. It always makes me like spun out by how small they can get. Look at that. There's a little thing.
Looks like a brill star. So they're related to sea stars. They're very, very common.
Good guy, bad guy?
They're fine. Yeah, they don't cause any problems.
I'll try
and in
not
fact,
to glue him.
pretty much every reef tank has got literally hundreds, if not thousands of them.
Nice. All right, step 1 done. Am I cool to just like, you know, reach my hands in and...
Yeah, you can certainly reach your hands in and grab them. I try and hold them by the base, of course, and if you go from either side, a lot of people worry that they'll sting you, and it is possible, but I find that I only get stung if I have a cut on my finger.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it's not a particularly bad sting. I try and make the glue sit up like a tall dollop of soft serve ice cream. When you push the glue down in place, it gets better contact and it will hold better long term. But that'll be perfect.
Yeah, you can tell you've done this before.
We'll put it
How's that
straight
look? Yeah? More?
Oh, I'd go more, yeah. That's what
2 soft serves.
2 soft serves.
Can I let go?
Yeah, yep, as long as your fingers aren't good to it. It's also got a little bit of coralline algae on it, which is always going to help seed the tank with coralline.
So this...
That is for the monti. That's going to be a special piece. I don't like to glue corals to dry rock. I always soak it first for a bit, hence the idea of having this one soaked first.
Oh, I might just...
So this is going to be a more delicate operation because it's a brittle sort of coral. You could see if it fits on the rock without cutting it first.
And is he, like, to touch, is he going to be as reactive as the hammers, for example?
Certainly not. The less fleshy, I mean, we'd call this an SPS coral. The less fleshy corals, they don't, you know, withdraw their tentacles as the same way as a hammer does.
Oh, look at that. Well, are we happy there? That's the one. This, like, finger-looking...
So that's a sinularia. Now that's the last piece that we have to glue outside of the tank. And I've got a special piece of rock that we're going to glue it to. And I've chosen this piece specifically because it's heavily encrusted with some coralline algae.
Yeah,
and it's great to have coralline algae in the tank so it can seed coralline algae and we can have coralline algae growing on the rock. And it really helps with the ecosystem. It's a good bioindicator for the tank. But it's also going to be a good anchor for our sinularia so that it doesn't move around too much in the flow. And whilst this one's setting, I reckon we put the red monti in the tank.
And these guys grow out like a big fan, yeah?
So they call it a scrolling growth pattern. They'll end up like a big cabbage, but they're a beautiful coral. And one of the reasons why we want it low in this tank is because we've got a strong light. The X4 is going to be great for it. And we don't want it high because it's going to shade other corals. But the idea is that because it is islandized, like our hammer garden, we can move it wherever we want.
That looks great, doesn't it? All right, more.
Oh. So,
The Jadinei has sealed like right up. Before it was open and you could see this big green flash in the middle and it's just... Look at the color though.
oh, they're beautiful.
Happy?
I would actually move him towards the back a little more, just because when he opens up, it's going to be quite large, and we want to make sure it's not contacting the hammers or anything else. Yeah, just like that.
All right, where do we want this sinularia?
So you want to hold up with that one, and this will grow tall and really have some height at the back of the tank. I'm ready to give moving this gonny a try if you want.
All right, guys, so what he means by moving this gonny, if you look real close, up the top is kind of our feature piece coral, but it's on the thinnest little tendril of Marco rock. And I reckon that there's a pretty high chance that when we get a knife in there to snap it, to try and get that coral off, it could break the whole finger off. And if we do that, we're here for more hours. It's already 3:30 in the morning. I'm gonna get
It's a massive risk, and I'm glad I'm not the one doing it. I'm doing it. Well,
no, you're doing it for sure.
oh,
Hey!
easy.
Nice.
One
That
down.
was easy.
Well, yeah, that was what I was worried about.
Let's try this one. I can't see where to go.
Now you're on the actual coral yourself.
Well, I feel like I've got it under, though I can twist it. Ah, Connie!
All right. He's got it.
He's gone in.
He's gone in.
I can't see what I'm doing from this side.
Yeah, it sucks going from the top.
You're more of a from behind type of guy.
So this guy's our feature piece.
It's quite an established piece.
Look at that.
You can see it started out as a frag, but now it's what we call a colony. It's quite large.
Oh, easy.
Excellent.
Light work.
Oh well, if you can cut it, you can glue it.
So tell me about how this guy's going to grow. Like, is it just going to reach upwards more like it is?
It's going to grow up and out. They're fast growing and hardy. This one has got a really nice purple to it, and hopefully under a great light like the Explorer is going to really get more of that purple. So having it sort of on the tip, you definitely want it facing up towards the light, and its position is going to be important just in terms of how it looks on the piece. So twist it back around. And right there, that's where you want it. And now you want a big dollop of the glue. I would actually go for a dollop the size of a strawberry, and then hold it in place until it sets. We can take turns holding it if you want.
I mean, there's definitely different sized strawberries out there. Little strawberry?
A Granny Smith strawberry. It's a big strawberry.
All right, if you say so.
So I've just positioned in some of these last ones that we were talking about. I think they're going to do great at Bird's Nest and Aquatica.
Yeah, they look awesome.
I think they're going to really grow in beautifully. And these three gonads, we spaced them out a little bit. Hopefully the red does a little bit better, not being so close to the others. And also we've got a couple of low light Leptocerus. There's one here and one in here. And I've put them in that position because they should do well, and also they're in positions that we might not want anything else in the future. So I think they'll look really good. So I'll quickly glue these in, and then we can look at our feature piece.
Final bit. All right, you juice that up. Do you want the nozzle for it?
No, I like to do it this way because you get a dollop that sits up like so that when you push it in, you can break the seal of the glue because it'll seal on the outside on the way down.
That looks good.
Yeah. See if I can get that hold again.
So is this going to add much bioload to the tank?
It won't add a huge amount of bioload in terms of nutrient production. I don't think we'll see any change in the nitrate or phosphate levels, but we do have a number of stony corals that we're putting in that are going to be consuming the calcium, alkalinity and magnesium. So certainly keeping a close eye on our levels is going to be critical.
The other thing is, this reef and this lighting schedule is set to acclimation mode. We want to change that this week itself. We've got a schedule for week 10 that you can download on the app and apply to your reef now, so that all of the established corals and all of your fish get the real experience. Nicely done, Cam, nicely done. That looks great, dude.
And when they all open up, it is going to look sensational.
That'll be next week's content.
You ready for this?
I don't know if I am, Cam.
The final piece.
It's the last piece of the puzzle.
And I think you're going to need to hold it there a while. It will, of course, the coral will grow down over the glue and it will hold itself better in future. And if not, we can always put more glue on it.
I don't think we need more glue, man. Oh, well, this has been a ride, dude.
Sure has.
It's been a ride. What's the time, guys? 4:30? We put in some serious hours to this reef. This is the biggest episode we've had yet.
They're a very resilient coral. They're excellent for this purpose because they're hardy and bright. They grow quickly. It's going to look like a little bonsai on a hill.
I like the idea, but I don't like that it's not staying still.
Keeping a reef tank is about patience.
Yeah, I'm learning that very slowly.
Absolutely beautiful. Like a little bonsai on a hill.
I think this session we've absolutely outglued ourselves. Thanks so much, dude. You've made a massive impact in such a small amount of time on such a small tank. And I know you work on some monsters, so where can other people see your magic happen?
Well, we certainly do some amazing builds. We do installations and relocations, and we put it all on our YouTube channel, Gallery Aquatica TV. You can come in store and meet us in person. We have 2 great stores in Brisbane.
Welcome to Gallery Aquatica Wynnum. Welcome to our Salisbury store. Let's check it out.
And you can also see me driving around a big blue truck. Yeah, you won't miss it. It's a big truck.
Thank you so much, dude. Time to make my exit.
You're welcome.
And maybe, super glue handshake. Let's go this way. Home stretch, guys. See you all next week. I'm gonna go and admire some corals.